Great Pyrenees versus bears. When people talk about livestock guardian dogs, they usually imagine predators that hunt. Coyotes, wolves, foxes, animals that stalk, chase, test, and kill. Bears are different. Bears are not hunters in the way people imagine. They are opportunists. They're boundary testers. And most importantly, they are calculators. This is why Great Pyrenees don't protect livestock from bears the same way they protect against wolves and coyotes. And it's why most people misunderstand what success looks like when bears are involved. This is the first misconception that gets people in trouble. Most bears are not targeting goats. They are targeting calories, consistency, and ease and safety. A bear doesn't walk onto a farm thinking, I'm going to fight a dog. It walks in thinking, is this worth my energy? Is this predictable? Can I get food without injury? That difference matters because bears don't need to win a fight. They only need to avoid losing one. Before a bear commits to anything, it tests. It tests the fencing, smell, resistance, response time, escalation level. A bear will push into an edge, pause, observe, retreat, return later. Not because it's scared, but because it's gathering data. And here's the key insight. Bears don't test animals, they test systems. A Great Pyrenees does not look like prey. It doesn't even look like a challenger. It looks like a problem with unknown cost. Large, still, confident, unrushed. To a bear, that reads as territorial ownership, unpredictable escalation, high injury risk. Bears are heavy animals. Injury equals death by starvation. They know this. This is where inexperienced owners ruin dogs. They want to see action. They want to see aggression. They want proof. But chasing a bear does three dangerous things. It teaches the bear where the dog will stop. It reveals the dog's range. It removes the dog from the livestock. A Great Pyrenees that holds ground sends a stronger signal than one that charges. Stillness tells a bear, this space is claimed. This resistance is stable. This won't resolve quickly. Noise matters, but not how people think. A Great Pyrenees doesn't bark to scare bears away. It barks to mark presence. The sound isn't panic, it's declaration. Bears don't flee noise, they evaluate consistency. If a bark stays steady, doesn't escalate wildly, doesn't retreat, the bear understands this isn't reactive, that it's maintained. That's deterrence. Unlike wolves, bears don't probe repeatedly in one night. They test, leave, return days later, test again. Each visit answers a question. Has anything changed? Has resistance weakened? Is access easier? A Great Pyrenees that behaves the same way each time, calm, grounded, unmoved, teaches the bear the answer is always no. Eventually, the bear stops asking. This is critical. Wolves hunt, bears forage. Foraging animals abandon effort quickly when costs increase. That's why garbage cans attract bears, orchards attract bears, chicken coops attract bears, not goats. Goats are mobile, alert, and defended. A Great Pyrenees makes the cost exceed the reward. There is no victory, there is no showdown. Success looks like the bear runs away. Nothing happens. No story to tell after. This usually frustrates owners. But from the bear's perspective, the decision was already made. This is not worth it. They succeed when they hold territory consistently. They don't chase. They don't retreat. They don't escalate emotionally. They succeed when the bear learns the boundary exists. It doesn't move. It costs energy to test. That's all deterrence requires. This part matters. LGDs fail against bears when food is accessible. Fencing funnels bears into the herd. Dogs are confined. Owners intervene incorrectly. Dogs are forced to chase. Failure is rarely about courage. It's about environmental mistakes. One dog represents resistance. Multiple dogs represents territory. Bears don't like uncertainty. They especially don't like sound from one angle, movement from another, scent everywhere. This makes farms feel crowded to a bear. Crowded spaces aren't foraging zones. Bears move at night. They rely on scent and sound. A Great Pyrenees that patrols edges, refreshes scent, and vocalizes sparingly, creates a nighttime environment bears don't trust. No confrontation, no fight, just denial. Because nothing dramatic happens, no chase, no attack, no visible threat, but deterrence is invisible. When a bear never commits, the system worked. If you learned something new in this video, or if you enjoy watching, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.